Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? So, before I get to my review, this is a Shark Robot shirt, and for those of you that have been following my channel, unfortunately, the Shark Robot shirts that I usually show off, unfortunately, were part of like a limited run. Like, you have to pre-order it at that moment, and once it's gone forever, kind of deal, which sucks. So I couldn't really promote it as much as I would want to because I love Shark Robot. But I'm happy to say this is one of their permanent shirts. For now, it could change, but as of right now, this shirt that I'm wearing on this cool Castlevania like Belmont T-shirt that you can see right. Let me get closer so you can get like a good look of that. It's still available. Believe it or not, it's still available to purchase right now. So if you want to get your hands on this, get it while you can, guys. It's still available at the sharkrobotshop.com. And before I go any further, no, they're not. I'm not sponsored by them, though I wish I was. All right, let's get to why we're here today. That is a spoiler-free movie review of Avatar: The Way of the Water, I believe. Way of the Water, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna roll on with it. Way of the Water, yeah. Avatar: Way of the Water, the long-awaited Avatar sequel. Which, fun fact, we were supposed to get this movie in 2020, but you all know what happened in 2020. I don't want to say what happened because then my video will be suppressed. Y'all know what happened. You know all the hell we went through. And it looks like we're slowly getting out of hell. Hopefully, maybe. Please, God, let this hell end. Anyway, as of this week, it finally came out. And was it worth the wait? In a word, fuck yes. If you're wondering whether or not to go see it, it's doing well box office wise. Last time I checked, it made over like $430 million in its first week alone. Hell, I think it made over $134 million in America alone. So, I think internationally, like over 300 million. So, yeah, there's gonna be a sequel to which James said he's working on part 3 and part 4, which I don't think we're gonna have to wait too long because he was working on part 2 and part 3 and part 4 at the same time, I believe. So hopefully we shouldn't have to wait too long for the sequels, unlike with the first one. But yeah, how was it? Like I said, it was fantastic, and obviously the effects in this movie was absolutely of course it's better than what we got with the first one. Technology, in terms of like with like anything, it's always evolving, it's always getting better, and the effects look so damn good. Let me just say this: if Avatar: Way of the Water does not win an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, the Academy Awards is rigged. I'm sorry. That is the most beautiful movie I have seen this year. Probably the only one I could only accept it losing to was the Multiverse of Madness, because that movie is visually beautiful, and Thor: Love and Thunder too. Like if it loses to those two, then maybe. But if it loses to anything else than the two I mentioned, then it is rigged, because Way of the Avatar sequel is gorgeous, and it obviously takes place years after the first one, and the main character built a family, but of course, an old threat returns, so it's up to him to protect his family, and learns the way of the water this new tribe he goes to, because none of the spoiler because the trailer shows that, and finding out, working together to stop the new threat that's arrived. Easy to follow plot, a lot of world building though, so it's not a lot of action based movie, but it's a beautiful movie that that shows off the world and the new place that they're at. It shows their old the forest. They're preparing as new avatars that only are based in the water, and different from like the avatars in the forest, and you learn about their culture and how they live and how they thrive, how they eat, how they sleep, how they hunt, and it is just gorgeous. It even have a great side story with his one Avatar character's main character's son with his whale character. I won't get into any more of it, but it's like the little story that's woven into there as well, and the character interactions and just. But when there's action, though, trust me, there's action. The action is pretty fucking violent, I have to say. Like, I know it's PG-13, but boy, they're just like it is almost tiptoeing to R. Like it is like oh god, like it is like so close like to being. I think because like once a person gets hit with an arrow or a gunshot, they quickly like shoot away. They don't like show it, or there's no like think blood, because I think it was like blood like showing, or like blood or and gore. It definitely been rated R, but it did it just enough to keep within the PG-13, because it is like. If people argue it'll be rated R, I would understand, because man, it in terms of the violence, it gets really close at times. So during the third act, like Jesus, and the third act, there's a big third act fight, obviously, but boy, it is just a visual just masterpiece. And I love the characters, I love the new characters. I mean, I love the world that they're living in right now, and trying to like learn how to survive, and seeing the plants and the environment, and just what's been happening from the first adventure till now. It's just James Cameron, boy. It's a great sequel, and it goes to show you he's still gonna make great movies, and this shows it, because this is his new baby right now, and he's killing it, and I love it. I want to see more stories from the Avatar franchise from James Cameron, because I was really worried that it wasn't gonna live up to the hype. No, it lived up to the hype. To me, it surpassed the hype. But let me just say that I know I had nothing to do in the movie, but I just need to throw this out there. For the sake of throwing this out there just for a second. Folks, if you're going to a movie, I shouldn't have to say this because we're all adults here. If you're going to a movie, please do not talk during the movie, because unfortunately, though I had a good time, I'm going to have to re-see it again at some point, because there's some parts I didn't hear, or I couldn't hear because... Sorry, I had to repeat myself there. Because people were talking. People, foreigners were talking over the movie. I don't know, they're trying to find something, but they just kept like going and going and going, and we'll stop and then go, stop and go. If you have this, if you to discuss, if something's important, discuss something important, please go outside. Do not talk in the theater, because me and everyone else around me was getting very pissed off. So I know that with Code C, you used to watching stuff in your house, because they were talking as if they were in their living room in their house. You're in a theater with people trying to see a movie, and you're being loud and obnoxious. Whatever you gotta do, please take it outside. Thank you. I gotta point that out there, because, like I said, it nearly ruined the movie experience. Thankfully, security came in and scored them out. It's just, I know I shouldn't have to say this, but please, folks, if it's that important, talk outside. Also, bonus fact. Back to the review. Sorry, I just had to say that because, Jesus, it's frustrating. I almost like snapped. It was so bad. I hate people that do that. Anyway, I saw it in 3D because my brother bought it in 3D. It was highly recommended to him. I know when you hear that word 3D, it's like, oh God, funny enough, the only two movies I could think of that did 3D well was the original Avatar and Spy Kids 3D. Beyond that, forget it. As they say, forget about it. But the 3D here was amazing. Like, it is worth it. Hell, at one point, the scene that was raining, and I thought, because, the talking when I mentioned it earlier was pissed me off, and when it started raining, I thought the rain was, like, hitting me first. I thought, oh, great, the roof is leaking, that's all we need now. But no, it's a 3D effect of, like, it felt like it's hitting you, and it was really well done. Like, oh, wow. And I wish I used that effect more, but still, it was, like, really, it's like, oh, wow. That was a really good 3D effect. Thank God it's effective. I'm not actually getting rained on. Thank the Lord. But still, I definitely recommend it seeing in 3D. It is just, it just enhances the experience, and it's so cool. I know it's not exactly the cheapest ticket, but I recommend seeing it in that format. Because at least James, he uses the 3D effects. Because most people don't use 3D at all, and it's just like wasted. Or it is really utilized here. Like I said, it tricked me from thinking that the theater was leaking. Thank God it wasn't. But still, it's a fun movie. Though it's long, I'll give it that. It's a long movie, but it's doing a lot of world building, and which is understandable. And honestly, I thought that during the third act alone was a great action sequence. I cannot wait for the third movie. I want the third movie already. I'm looking forward to it. It's probably one of my. It's definitely got to be in my top 5 movies of this year, bar none. It is a great time, guys. Despite the people being loud and obnoxious and not taking the conversation outside, I still enjoyed it regardless. And if you're wondering when not to go see it, waiting for my word, what are you waiting for? Go see the Avatar sequel. It's definitely worth your time and money. Alright guys, that's my review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, happy holidays to you guys. And have a good one.